In this video, I'm going to show you how to navigate and select sounds or performances in the montage, and also how to store and manage those performances inside of favorites or live set in the montage. So when you first boot up, you'll notice that both performance and live set is lit, and if you look at the top of the screen there, you can see you're in a live set page. So this live set page is called Best of Montage, and we can scroll down through other pages. Basically, it shows 4 at a time, so it has to have a way to navigate through those 4 rows at a time. And then you also have banks here. It's preset, and there's also a user bank. User bank's empty by default if you haven't stored any in there yet. So when you're on this page, you can click on any one of these individual performances, and the sound will change. And anytime that you're in one of these different performances, you can press the audition button and you can preview that. And if you click on performances as well, then you take it out of live set and you can see an individual performance page here with the title of that performance up at the top. So you can scroll through this as well. You can use the increment and decrement buttons. You can use the scroll wheel. Anytime you're here, you can also use the audition button anytime you want to. You can also click on this name, and it actually takes you or shows you a side menu here where there's a search command, and that takes you to the performance category search. And this page is also accessed if you first boot up. If you are in live set view, you can also click the category search, and it'll take you back to that same performance category search page. Or if you're in live set view and you click on the category search button, it'll take you to the performance category search. And of course, in performance mode, just regular performance mode with the title of your performance listed there, you can also click on the category search button from that area. So this category search is broken down. There's a few other criteria here. You can select from different banks. You can also select different attributes of sounds. We'll get into that later, sound editing. But the main thing I want to show you here is how to navigate the different main categories and subcategories. So if you click on these, there's 2 rows there, one for main and one for sub. So these categories, piano, keyboard, organ, they correspond to these buttons over here on the right, and they're also labeled blue, and the same as category search. So that's kind of a quick way to jump around to those different categories. And then also you have subcategories for each one. So if we click on guitar, for example, there's acoustic, electric clean, distortion. These are all subcategories of guitar types. And then under these you have all these different performances you can choose and listen to. And then once you have it selected here, you can press performances again. That exits to that same one we were just on. Now the cool feature is that sometimes you may have a sound that you're working with, you want to perform with it live, you want to be able to quickly access it and not have to browse to it by going through different submenus. This is a perfect example of when you want it stored into a live set. So all you do is you hold down shift and press live set at the same time. And there you can see it gives you a little flashing icon for a blank slot where you're going to store this to. Just tap it with your finger and you can see it stored in there. Now at this time we can exit out, and we could even go to the preset live sets. There's all those there. And then if you want to access your own live sets, just scroll down under the bank, make sure you go to user 1. There it is. There's that sound that we stored into the live set. Now, there may be cases where you want to move or delete this. So all you do is click on edit, and there's a deleting button there. And you can also change the different slots and locations and things like that. You can click on to go to a different slot location, or you can change the color associated with it if you want to be able to quickly access it more. You can also change the relative volume. And this is kind of interesting if you're going through a mixer, and sometimes some live sets or some performances in a live set just sound slightly quieter or louder depending if they're going through reference monitors or through a PA system or whatever. So you can change those relative volumes that are in there. It's a little bit different than just changing this master volume, but you have those in there, and then you can also swap different locations. But if you want to delete this, there's a delete button there. Obviously, highlight the one that you want to delete and then click the delete button. You can exit out of there. So this is just a quick way to easily access all of the different sounds or performances in the montage, and also save and manage those in the live set mode.